Hello people of the internet, welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Michelle J. Stenson of Chartreuse Flower Works. If you are enjoying my videos, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button to my videos, leave comment, also hit the notification bell so you find out when I have new videos coming out. Now, if you are trying to do that because you have seen my video on Facebook and you get to a part where it says to log in, it wants you to log into your YouTube account in order to be able to do that. If you do not have a YouTube account, don't worry about it. What you can do to help me is to just share this video on Facebook. That's always very helpful for me. So you do have to have a YouTube account in order to do all those things that I continually tell you to do. So if you can't do that, and if you really want to help me, then if you just continue to share my content on Facebook, that's very helpful. Also, come in here and do shopping. I have all these amazing things. And also, if you don't live in Kingston, I can mail anything out to you as long as it's not anything botanical. So I went on a rampage of finding things. I have a plethora of things to show you today. A lot of DIY stuff and some brushes and some redesign with Prima. Those are my BFF trifecta of amazingness. The DIY paint, the Paint Pixie paint brushes, and the redesign with Prima products. So I have a collection to show you of that. The other thing that I found on my way is these little adorable pots with the little chickadees on them. Okay, I actually have these in 4 sizes. I bought 4 different sizes. So those are really adorable. I also am going to be making my famous pinecone bird feeders today as well, to get those ready. And I do have all my candle wax coming, so that will be happening soon, excuse me. So yeah, I had those pots that were so beautiful. The other thing I did was, I actually have a flower shop museum here. So it's a shelf that is dedicated to the world of floristry of times past. And usually Barbie lives there, but I've moved her to a place of honor here for my YouTube set. So I was going by my flower shop museum and I was looking to see what was interesting. So I did find this this newspaper article, Dottie Decorates, by Dorothy and Harry Brown. I actually laminated it. So it says here, brighten your room with flowers. There's nothing like plants and flowers to give your room a welcoming look. Combine flowers with decorative leaves treated with plastic or ordinary liquid glue spray to make them last long. Sketch A shows a basic horizontal leaf arrangement that will last for weeks. I didn't know I was supposed to be putting plastic on these things. Vary it by changing the flowers in the center. Sketch B shows a tall leaf and flower arrangement, dramatized a few fine flowers by using them with a less costly variety. Sketch C shows pink daisies and hyacinths in a wine glass. Ooh, so fancy. Sketch D, forget-me-nots and 1 red rose in a tall stemmed glass. That sounds horrible to me. Yeah, and then here it says, treat your mantle to a pair of the forest cool bouquets mixed greens. Oh my gosh, so funny. It says here what you'll need, and it has a image of things you could possibly need. Dottie Decorates, people. I don't know what year that's from, but yeah, it's from Kingston. It says something on the back here about Kingston. Yeah, so I found that in a book somewhere. So that's Dottie Decorates. Also, I'm working on my newsletter right now. So it's going to be a snail mail newsletter, and it's going to be coming out in December. I wanted to try and rush it to get something for November, but it's just not happening. And by the time it gets out, it's going to be so close to December. I thought I'm just going to wait. I'm going to do it for December. I have an amazing story that I wrote that's going to be included. There's going to be my favorite holiday treat recipes. There's going to be a bit from Harry and Minnie and some how-to information. So that's going to be really fun. I don't know. Should I include Dottie Decorates and her advice? Possibly. I don't know. So there's that. The other things I grabbed from my flower shop museum is this situation, and I am about to, you know, blow your mind and change how you feel about things that you see and you're like, what is that even for? So everybody goes to Value Village and thrift stores and they see a million of these, and then you're like, what is that even for? What is that even for? It doesn't make any sense. No one knows what it is. This is actually the top of a container that you put flowers in. So you fill this up with water and then you put all your stems through there. The thing is about these though, is that the holes are really, really small and there's not that many flowers. Like some roses won't even fit through there. So you'd have to be really selective about what goes in there. I was lucky that I found this original piece that has the top and the bottom. I found 2 of these in 1 week, in fact. So that's that. Then I have this other cool one over here. So this is a metal one, and it has this on top of it. So you fill this with water, pop this on, and then you arrange all your flowers through there. So I have those. Then I have this other super cool thing. This is another type. This is a flower fashioner, okay? I've got the original box here. Flower fashioner number 620 is a tip-proof flower holder for the average size arrangement. For fresh flowers, put water in bowl first. For dry material, use a dry container and wet suction cup with glycerin. To attach, push plunger down. To detach, pull plunger up. Special effects may be obtained at attaching flower fashioner to the side of the bowl. Mind-blowing. Important. Suction cup will hold securely on clean, smooth, non-porous surfaces such as china, glass, and silver. Wash flower fashioner after each use. Ammonia water restores original beauty. Yeah, so I'm so fortunate that I have this this original box. My friend Richard found this for me. I had this friend Richard, and he always found me all the cool stuff. He moved away, so that's too bad because I did enjoy his visits. Yeah, so that's what this is here. It's got a suction cup at the bottom. Still actually pretty rubbery. So you suction this to the bottom, and then you put all your stems through here to make a beautiful, fashionable arrangement. Oh, I got a dog coming in here. She's probably not going to come in because there's no dogs barking back. Yeah, so those are parts of my flower shop museum. I might just go give that dog a treat. Right.
Here, Molly. Here. You can't come in. I'm making a video, but there's your little treat, okay? There you are. Okay.
Is Doggy there?
No, they're upstairs with their grandmother.
Bye.
Sorry about that, but you have to wait for the dog's comfort. So, yeah, so I miss Richard. Richard, I miss you, man. I miss you, man. Okay, so those are the parts of the Flower Shop Museum that I've got going. Then I wanted to show off 2 shades that I haven't yet. So these are my purples. So there is French millinery here, and this is cherry picked. So those are so beautiful. And then I grabbed, this is called Burgundy Rose Garden. And look at how beautiful that would be with that. Isn't that beautiful? So this is my Burgundy Rose Garden. So in here, you have a scraping device right here. You need that. And then this is what it looks like. There is a little piece of tape, big piece of tape. There's a grid on it, so you know what you're doing. It has all kinds of measurements. And then you take off the backing. So this white paper here is the backing. You take that off, you put this piece on your project, and then you use the scraper to scrape it on. And you can get some beautiful looks with it. So I thought that would be pretty to go with the purples. I also grabbed some of these birds to go with my chickadee pots. How beautiful is that? So beautiful. There's the back. Yeah, got that. And then here's this other one, Parisian butterflies. So this is a piece that has 4 smaller pieces in it. So that's kind of interesting. Then you can see at the back there's script, butterflies, birds. So that's really pretty, and that would be nice with the shades of purple as well. Now, the other thing that I have to discuss with you after I have a sip of my coffee, because this is coffee talk. So good. The other thing I have to discuss with you is finishing your work. So let's say you paint a piece of furniture, you're really happy with it. How do you protect it for long-lasting use? So if you don't put a top coat, then your piece is going to feel really, really chalky, and also the color is going to be dull. So when you buy the paint, the color is really saturated when it's wet, and then you paint it on and it dries and it's a dull color. So I've had people get upset with me in the past because they paint this color and it's not the same as what they signed up for because it's a lot duller. But then once you add the top coat, that's when the color really pops out and goes back to what it looks like when it's wet. So you have to keep that in mind. So there's a couple things you can do after you have painted. You can do a brush on top coat. So this is called Big Top. I've got a whole bunch of this on order, actually should be in next week. So this is a brush on top coat. You could do 1 or 2 coats. Dry time 30 minutes, but it depends on the temperature. So this is the top coat that requires the least elbow grease because you just paint it on. Then the next thing, and this is and also this one has a bit of a higher sheen. The next thing, which is kind of traditional to use with the chalk paints, is a wax. So this is the wax here. So this wax is pretty soft as well. So what you can do is you can take one of your brushes. So this is my wax brush. So this is a Paint Pixie brush, and this is actually made in Italy. It's a really good quality brush. So what you do is you take your brush, you put it in the wax, and then you paint all over, go in circles, and cover your whole entire piece with the wax. Then you're going to be mad at me. You're going to be like, why did Michelle give me this horrible product that is like clearly ruined my piece? Because it does look really bad. It looks patchy, it looks uneven, and you're going to be mad. What that is called is the wax freak out effect. So Debbie, who makes the paint, Debbie's Design Diary, she has coined that term, the wax freak out effect, because people do get upset. It does look really, really bad. So don't panic. What you're going to do is you're just going to walk away. Just walk away. Go on with your life, get a cup of coffee, watch some Netflix, walk your dog, live your life. And then the next day, you're going to come back to your piece and it's going to be toned down. It's not going to look as horrible. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this brush here. This is the Buffy. And this is also Paint Pixie made in Italy. And you're going to just buff everything. Buff, 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 buff. Go over the whole piece. And that is going to make it a smooth, buttery finish. And that's how you finish it, is with the wax. So you're going to have to let it cure for a while after as well. If you don't have brushes, you can also use t-shirt fabric. But I have the brushes and they're beautiful. They're made in Italy. They're such good quality. They're such a pleasure to use. So I have that. Now, the other thing is I have some decorative waxes as well. So I have, this one is a black wax. So let's say you have a piece like this and you want to make it look extra old. If you rub black wax into all of this, it's going to make all of these things completely pop out. So there's black wax, there's a dark wax. There's this one is called Shipwrecked, and it's a blue wax. So it's blue, and again, it's perfect to use on pieces like this where you have a lot of this detail, because it'll just make all the details pop. There's also a white wax, so there's clear, black, dark, white, and then this shipwrecked wax. You can also use oil pastels, as I mentioned in one of my last videos. So those are some options as well. So this is like a decorative wax. Now, if you're going to use the dark wax or any of these, you do want to put the clear wax on first, because if you take dark wax and put it on a piece that has nothing on it, just paint, you have no control over how that wax, the dark wax, spreads. You put it there, it's there. That's it. It's not coming off. But if you put the clear wax first and the dark wax after, if you have too much dark wax, you can actually add a bit of clear wax as like an eraser to kind of tone it down a bit. So those are the wax situations. I do have some other top coats. So this one is a liquid patina, and this one is called Dark and Decrepit. So this is a really dark top coat that you would paint on, and it just would like make everything look a lot older. There's also Old and Gray Barnwood Patina. Look at how cute that is. The packaging is just so cute. I just love everything about this brand. And I also love that it's such a community as well. If you are a YouTube user and then you're going to subscribe to my channel and everything, then there are so many talented furniture artists that are using this paint for like the craziest things. These transfers are being used on purses. You can make a purse. You can put that on a purse. Yeah. So it's amazing what everyone is doing. And it's really helpful for me too, because I don't have that much time to paint because of the whole flower gig, right? Speaking of which, today's flowers are these lisianthus. So these are so, so beautiful. Look at how fluffy and plump and juicy. Look at that. So these are not cheap. They're $7 a stem. Sometimes they're more. And they're really, really beautiful. I did get a complaint once because they are like kind of different looking and ruffly, and if you don't know what it is, then some people are like, I don't know what that is. I did send some of these out. They were the Japanese ones that were really, really fluffy, and someone called me and asked me and told me that I sent them dead carnations. And I was like, no, I sent you the most top quality, most beautiful flower that I have in stock right now. So you never know what people are going to think, but they're really beautiful. They come in a whole bunch of different colors, and like I said, the ones coming out of Japan, they're like that big. They've got so many petals you can't even see the center of them. So yeah, that's my flower for today. It's Tuesday. I'm open. The dogs are upstairs with their grandmother. Here comes the mailman. They're upstairs with their grandmother, and yeah, so that's what's happening. So watch for my newsletter. You can check in the comment section, description of the video, to get to the Survey Monkey link, so you can give me your address, or you can just send me your address any way you would like if you want to get that snail mail newsletter. And I guess that's it now. I'm gonna get on with my day. I've got a bunch of cleaning to do and lots of projects, so I will check back in.